Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're going to play Digital Detective. We're looking at a text file that, at first glance, looks like total gibberish. It's actually the transcript of an animated short film called Kantara, Manipuri Horror Story. But, because of the complexities of regional languages, which usually lack those massive training datasets algorithms desperately need to transcribe speech, well, the auto-captioning software completely broke down. I mean, it failed spectacularly. But here's the catch. Hidden within that broken text, there's a terrifying narrative just waiting to be reconstructed. So let's dive right in and see how we can pull a compelling story out of this digital wreckage.
Just look at this jarring contrast. On one hand, you have the thrilling metadata title of our source material, Kantara, Manipuri Horror Story. It promises suspense, culture, and animation. But on the other hand, the reality of the transcript we have to work with is, well, it's a mess. Instead of a script, we get this endless loop: foreign city, for hotel, festival. It's a literal wall of automated confusion. The software basically threw its hands up and started labeling almost everything as foreign speech. But it didn't catch absolutely everything.
Section 1, a digital transcript mystery. So, how exactly do we extract a plot from a file that's been swallowed by digital noise? Well, this breakdown highlights our massive challenge. We're talking roughly 85% of our text being pure algorithm noise. The software heard the dialogue, couldn't process the Manipuri language at all, and just spat out an error placeholder. But what about that remaining 15%? That is our absolute goldmine. That tiny sliver is made up of recognizable English loanwords that the characters used, whereas that somehow survived the algorithmic filter. Those are our clues. Section 2, signal in the noise. Our job today is to isolate that tiny 15%, to reverse engineer this lost plot. By meticulously stripping away all the repetitive auto-captioning junk, all those endless foreign tags, we're left with exactly 6 distinct geographic and digital breadcrumbs. Listen to this. City, hotel, festival, hospital, Facebook, share. They literally pierced right through the algorithm. Just hearing that list, your brain is probably already trying to connect the dots, isn't it? That is the incredible power of structured information. Section 3, city, hotel, and festival. Let's see what happens when we sequence the first half of these clues. The algorithm actually caught one specific phrase almost perfectly intact: city for hotel festival. Actually, scratch that. It's not just a random phrase. It gives us a really clear, seemingly innocent setting and motivation for the characters. It sets up a location, an accommodation, and an event. It's literally the perfect inciting incident for a story. From those loanwords alone, we can reconstruct a totally normal, happy timeline. You can picture it perfectly. In the afternoon, the protagonists arrive in the city. By evening, they check into their hotel to drop off their bags. And then at night, they head out to attend the festival. It's a classic, joyful setup. But, as any fan of the genre knows, a happy festival in an unfamiliar city is the ultimate deceptive stage for the horror that's about to unfold. We are totally being lulled into a false sense of security here. Moving on to Section 4, the hospital climax. Because remember, this is a horror story, and our broken transcript suddenly reflects a terrifying shift. Right after the festival setup, we hit a massive wall of untranslated noise. Foreign, just on and on. In the actual animation, this is exactly where the action happens. This massive block of text masked the terrifying on-screen events. The screams, the panic, the supernatural encounter, all of it reduced to the word foreign by the software. And then, out of nowhere, the very next recognizable word to break through the noise is hospital.
Talk about a dramatic jump. We go straight from a fun, festive celebration directly into a medical emergency. The algorithm has given us the setup and the devastating result, while completely hiding the incident itself. This massive leap from festival to hospital is exactly where the unseen terror of this animation truly lies. It totally forces our imagination to fill in those horrifying blanks. Section 5, the digital aftermath.
Now, you might assume the story ends in tragedy right there, at the medical facility. But the very last comprehensible phrase the algorithm outputs is Facebook and share. Wow! It's such a fascinating modern twist to our narrative. It proves our protagonists didn't just end up in the hospital. They actually survived the horror. And not only did they survive, but they were conscious enough to pull out their phone, go on Facebook, and share what happened. The horror story completely transitions into a viral digital warning.
And all of this builds into a complete narrative arc that we've managed to extract from a totally shattered digital file. Look at this. Step 1, they celebrate at the festival. Step 2, they encounter some unknown horror hidden deep within the algorithm's noise. Step 3, they end up recovering in the hospital. And finally, step 4, they'd go on Facebook and share the tale with the world. By just trusting the structure and isolating the data, we pulled a thrilling, coherent story out of absolute chaos.
Which brings us to the end of our digital investigation today. We mapped the journey, we found the aftermath, but the core mystery, that remains locked away in the untranslated data. So the crucial, lingering question this explainer leaves us with is this. What unimaginable horror actually took place in that dark, silent gap of algorithm noise between the festival and the hospital? We may never know the exact details, but the clues tell us it was for sure a night they'll never forget. Thank you so much for joining me to decode this mystery. Keep seeking out the signal in the noise, and I'll see you in the next explainer.